Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part 2 where we're diving into that SWOT analysis. We learned on Tuesday that our S stands for our strengths, W is for our weaknesses, O is for analyzing and finding our opportunities, and then T is also for identifying our threats. So for this video, we're going to kind of delve into what they are again, because I did kind of speed through it on Tuesday's video. But tonight we're going to delve into what those letters mean again, some more examples of how you can find it within your perspective industry, and then from there you are going to realize how you can impact those areas, the four, the S, W, O, and T, how you can impact those areas based on what your company represents, what your company offers, as well as being honest with yourself, right? As an entrepreneur, we are our brand at the very beginning. We are our brand. We are what we put out on the outside, what we provide for our customers, how we speak of our brand, how we present our brand, how we present ourselves even. We are our brand as entrepreneurs. So realizing how these things kind of play into your SWOT, how you even play into your SWOT, how your team plays into your SWOT are crucial factors, and you have to be honest about them, right? So on Tuesday's video, we talked about the strengths aspect possibly being your fast shipping, right? And we said that you can kind of hone in on that as being a strength. Even though you're not Amazon with Prime next day, you're still better than the people who are in your market. You're still better than the people who are within your industry. And now that you know that that's a strength of yours, you now cultivate that or even make it better than what it is, right? So let's say from your metrics, your average shipping time is about 3 to 4 days from one side of the US to the next, depending on where your home base is. And since you know that your basis is 3 to 4 days on average, now you can speed that up to be about 2 to 3 days. And then maybe you would sort your items different, or you would kind of create an order cutoff time or something like that, or an incentive to get people to hurry up and order. That way you can give them better shipping times, right? So that's our strength. We know it's strong, but we need to make it stronger if we are to compete within our market, become a competitor, become someone who's a household name. We have to get better on things that we're already strong at. So with our weaknesses, right? On Tuesday's video, I said that we're going to use the weakness of procrastination, because Fredrina with Trinity Professional Group has an issue with procrastination. It's pretty bad. I've had it all throughout college, and sadly in my adult years, it hasn't really gone away, but I will get better, I promise. So our weakness was procrastination, and we tried to mitigate this weakness or even make this weakness better by making sure the people who are under us, our C-suite, our support leadership, our higher ranking leadership, are the opposite of what we are as it pertains to that weakness, right? We want to make sure we have people who are on the ball. We want to make sure we have people who are in a place where they are anticipating what's next. They are excited about what's next, but they've already put the steps in place so that we don't have to wait until the last minute. Everything's already done, right? So I think last video I kind of spoke about getting a manufacturer. They wouldn't wait until most spring collections go in maybe June, July, for the following year. They would probably do it while we're already in spring of this year to make sure spring next year is already secured. So you have those people who are kind of on the ball. They're already thinking on what's next. They're not just staying in the now. You want those people around you. You want those people who kind of diminish your weaknesses so that you're always strong, you're always a competitor, and you're already ready for what's next, because they've done away with anything that you weren't ready for, or that you kind of delayed being ready for with your procrastination. So with that, our opportunities, I want to make sure this is clear. Opportunities means that you've had a chance to analyze the market in general. Strengths and weaknesses is more so intrinsic. It's like, what do I do in my company within the industry? Opportunities is what is going on in the industry and how can I bring it to my company, right? It's kind of inside out. So you have to be in a position where you're not so narrowly focused. I always use that analogy of you can't see the forest for the trees. You don't want to be narrowly focused when you're looking to progress for the future, because you have to know what's going on, even in areas that don't necessarily impact you right now, right? So let's say I have a warehouse and I'm not techie, I'm not into tech, but AI is generating these new things that could possibly bring me efficiency, could reduce costs, could reduce labor, all of these things that are going to impact me. But because I'm not in tech, I've completely ignored it. And that is not smart. So you have to be in a position where you see what's going on the outside of your company, and you want to know how you can bring it in. That's what an opportunity is. And once you realize what your opportunities are, you can then rework them into your strengths and weaknesses, and see how, when you pull that opportunity in, you're going to capitalize on it quicker than you would if you hadn't, known it existed, or if you hadn't had the time to analyze your strengths and weaknesses. You just would have brought in something new and nobody knows how to use it. Nobody knows what it's supposed to make better. You're just doing it because everybody else in the industry is doing it, right? That's something we want to avoid, right? Even as entrepreneurs or larger businesses, even when you have stakeholders and shareholders, people who are focused on the growth so that they can get a return on their investment, you don't want to be out here just spending their money, right? Like if you're already barely breaking even, or you're just making enough to pay your shareholders, and then you're still, getting loans from banks to help with production, you're already behind in your industry, all of these things, there are so many factors that pull in here. So you want to make sure that when you analyze an opportunity, you've already done away with your strengths and weaknesses, so that you pull them into your current business workings. You pull them into who you are as a company and how you want to progress in the future. So those are your opportunities. Then we have our threats. Threats are what happens in the industry when one of the big boys get the cool toys first. That's pretty much what it means. Like if you are shipping, what does it mean when Amazon gets the automated trucks first? What does it mean when, UPS gets the newest fuel-saving delivery vans and your company is still fully on fuel and you're still paying for this fuel, your deliveries aren't as fast, and then on top of that, you're hemorrhaging money because you have to pay delivery drivers, right? There's so many things that become threats in the industry because some of the bigger people have already found a system that they can repeat, a system that works for them, a system that has made them one of the pinnacles within your industry. So now you're playing catch up because now you want to compete. So you have to know what your threats are. You have to know who you're up against. You have to know what's now in the market that you're going to be up against when you choose to expand into new areas. So when you are overlooking your SWOT analysis, or when you're kind of sitting with your C-suite and you guys are going over your SWOT, be honest. Being honest is going to save you so much money. Like I said, when you have stakeholders, shareholders, investors, whether they're angel investors or venture capitalists, whomever, when people are putting their money into your company, they believe in you, but they want a return on that money. While you may be great, while what your company stands for may be great, they want a return. This is business. Nobody's out here doing this as volunteer work. Nobody's out here doing this just out of the goodness of their heart. They want a return on their money. So when they want that return, you have to do your absolute best with honesty, with knowing your weaknesses and really honing in on those weaknesses, and then figuring out how to double up on your strengths so that you can give them a return on that money. If your company sucks when it comes to having employees, you need to figure out what those employee complaints are so that you can keep your employees going forward when you do attract that new market, when you attract that new set of customers. You don't need to, already have an employee issue and then you're going to garner 100,000 new clients. So you have to be honest when it comes to what your business is lacking, what your business is good at. You don't want to be too modest because you'll miss an opportunity there as well. But you want to be honest when it comes to your weaknesses and your threats. Weaknesses and threats, although they are the bad pieces of SWOT, those are the things that are going to keep you in business when you can circumvent them, when you can go around them, when you can provide an answer to them, when you can eliminate them altogether at this certain level until you go to the next one and you compete with the big boys, right? So Fredrina with Trinity Professional Group. This is the second video of the week. I am hosting my book call, The Conscious Leader. It will be on December 15th. I will have a link to purchasing your spot as well as your ebook copy for that call. So make sure you stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much for watching and following. Again, Fredrina with Trinity Professional Group. Have a great night.